Hello, guys. Natalia and I are here again, being with you, showing you the path, being here for the help in your spiritual path. And we got new inspiration to make videos sometimes in a more different way. And one of them will be where Natalia would, like in this video, she will ask me the questions. Any questions which she feels what will serve you, and of course questions which you also want to hear because of your spiritual evolution. So yeah, that will be this video. She will ask me the questions and I will answer from my from my channeling energy.
Ay, gracias, sweetie. So I want to know, yesterday you were talking something about there is no need to heal,
No need to heal.
and therefore there is no wound. You were never wounded. Can you just deepening onto that?
That's a good question.
that?
So I was saying to Natalia, I got some insight, and we always function like this in our relationship. When every day I got some insight which I want to share with her, and then she sits near me like now, and I channel for her, and she's always beautifully receptive because that's why I enjoy to share with her because she's always like a child, very interested to hear what I want to share, and I got an insight that all the spiritual teachings, many of them today in spirituality, they always say that you are wounded and that you need to be healed. And there is, of course, in a relative way, this is the truth. We are wounded. I'm wounded. Natalia is wounded. Everybody has its own wounds, its own traumas, and which they require some type of healing. But the key point, what is for me true spirituality, is the one which is the most direct. In other words, it shows who you are in your deepest level. First, we start with that. So, in my opinion, true, like all of those masters in the past who achieved the highest reality, they were always talking about what you are on the highest level, what's your true nature. And then we deal with the more relative parts of yourself. And I will explain why. Because if we want to try to heal our human self, our human parts, which we can say is our lower self, not less valuable, but it's lower self, right? If we first want to start to heal that, without realizing our true nature, our true self, which is free, which was never wounded, it was always unconditionally healthy, unconditionally free, it's unconditional love, so it was never wounded. That means it never needs any healing. If a teacher starts to show you first that you are dead, if he says immediately to you, you have wrong idea about yourself. You were never wounded in the first place. You were never unenlightened. You were never unaware. You were never unhappy. So why you need then healing? You don't need to be free. You don't need to any teaching in the reality. You don't need to get free or to get happy or to get healed because you were always free. Your true self, your true nature is freedom itself. It was never wounded. So why to be struck in this illusion, on this illusory game of seeking health, seeking freedom, because you believe that you are sick or that you are not free. So I said to Natalia, first realize your true nature. Realize that you don't need to be healed. You're already that. You're already enlightened. You're already spirit, however you want to call it. And from that state, from that conviction, then you can play this game of healing. Because I say, yes, there are parts in us which are not healed. But first realize this is not who you are. You are much deeper than that. You are watching your unhealed parts. And then from this place of a watcher, then you can heal them, release them, but then it's more like a game.
So it's like this wounded. What is this that the collective feels like is wounded? For what reason? Like why we choose if there is no reality in this wounded? Who created this? I am wounded. Like it's not like
Yeah, that's a mystery. I don't want to say that my answers are always 100% truth. In the end, everything ends in the mystery. So I want to immediately say it's a mystery, right? Why would our true self, which is free, create this illusion of being bound, right? So it's still a mystery, and I think to the end it stays as a mystery. Uh, but again, at the same time, I realized also I had many insights, which I feel it's the truth for me, which are serving me. So one of them can be that um, the joy of God. First, it's like he got this inspiration to forget himself, to forget his beauty, his freedom, his true nature. To forget it, to experience all of those pain, all of those human sufferings, to some point realize his beauty, to have a realization of how beautiful his true nature is. But he needed to first went through all of those pain and sufferings to then see how beautiful I am.
to have a comparison. Like
To
you
have the
cannot have
comparison, contrast.
you cannot enjoy the day if you don't have the night.
Exactly.
So the opposite then makes you realize.
They make you realize why I'm saying this. Again, everything which I said is my exploration inside. I realized when I also suffered a lot in my past, um, and those moments of being like stuck in my mind, in my emotions, triggered by life, by everything, thoughts, emotions, everything. It was like a hell, and I feel it. I was lost in it in that moment, and then suddenly for example, I remembered God. I remembered the truth that this is still in me. Something is deeper than this pain. It's free from it, and then I got shifted in a second into this free state, and then I realized, wow, this contrast, the beauty of my true self, of my deeper self. But it couldn't be realized in such a profound way if I didn't have this personal self, this stuck self, right? Experiencing. So it was amazing, and that was my deep insight. Why again this? What is the value of this pain?
And also it's like free will, right? Like this life gives you all the experience, so you choose and you can say you like us as a configuration. We say yes, and we want to say also no. I like this. I want no. Okay, I'm going to this path because what about if someone feels more this path and who says like this path is dark or this path is good?
You're right.
It's free will. Like you have in this universe absolutely everything, and this puts you all the
I was
possibility
thinking the same.
possible possibilities
To choose.
to choose, and then you go free will to wherever you want to, and you try, and they are
true.
opposite and love and light. And
That's true. Very interesting because I remembered a few days ago what I read of Osho's text, where he said the same thing, that rose metaphor was rose and the thorn. So many people would say, why those thorns exist? Why we won't just rose? But then Osho said, because some people like more thorns. They just choose part of life which is thorns, which is like more like darkness. For them, that's beauty. So why not? It will be like exactly like God is taking people's free will. That you need to choose just light.
And by the way, like these dark spots, they are serving like for that moment, that configuration of human experience, that darkness is serving in some way, like to know and to have faith that everything that we choose to live is because it's serving us, and to don't just go down like, oh no, it's because no, to have this conviction that everything is for our best,
Highest
highest benefit.
That's one of the most powerful convictions to have in yourself. Everything what happens to you is for your highest benefit. That served me a lot.
Serve you and the
It
universe.
served me and it serves
and
me
the whole
and the whole, yeah.
and the collective.
That it benefits the whole.
Because probably like you think like, oh, maybe my experience of life is not serving, but by you understanding and you living this, the here and now, and the very personal way of how you see and how you feel and how you realize things, is serving the collective, is serving the whole,
Of
because you
course.
are connected with
To the
absolutely
whole
everything.
planet and
You are
yeah.
you are the exactly.
Yeah, that was one of my big also insights where I realized, especially people who have this mission called, they want to serve, right? And sometimes we have this. I was in a period without action, without serving like now. I was many months just deepening my inner states, inside healing. We can say healing, right? But in reality, when you are working on yourself, when you are deepening your inner connection with God, with universe, however you want to call it, you are at the same time enlightening the whole planet, the whole, because we are all connected, like she says. So exactly when you truly start to practice, when your life becomes a spiritual sadhana, spiritual practice, you are every second a benefit to yourself and to the whole. When I say to the whole, I mean to the planet, to the universe.
You are serving with your experience of life.
Yeah, with enlightening your inner wounds. But to just say again, but always I'm going back to the most direct path, which says you're already free. You don't need to heal yourself in the highest way. Always have this conviction, even when you're going through this process of healing, enlightening yourself, awakening, which we need to go through. But at the same time, always have this remembrance that in the end, you're already healed. You're already enlightened. That's my whole. I think this is the message of this video.
And I want to finish also this concept that I was bringing into the table, like I feel how I feel it. It's like a whole God source of energy, and he was like trying to realize himself, and for that realization he was needing to to make a part, to deconstruct, to see the small parts, and we are one of these small parts. And by realizing an experience from our particular point of view, limited point of view, that is limitation, because sometimes we say like, why we are so limited or something. If you can identify like it's serving you, because in this limitation it means like you will be lost in all the possibilities. If some door tells you no, is because okay, this one is not, so you lose less time, because probably in that door you will lose a lot of time. So it was like this constructing itself in this limit point of view, just looking one direction, and then he was trying to identify himself from this particular point of view. And then by you understanding this point of view that you think is very limited, integrated in you, it serves the whole and the collective, just because you are living it. So
and also you're finished?
no, yes,
And also when you're now mentioned, very interesting that from all of those possibilities, we can say from a heaven or higher dimensions, you came here to a lower point, right, to this human body. Also, one of the reasons why this happens is that also it serves you, your higher self, your more expanded self, because here on this planet, your higher self expands probably the most. Still, I say this is the mystery also. I cannot say this is 100% the truth, but from my experience and from other experiences of other people who are on this path, all of us say that your higher self expands a lot here on this planet. It's one of the best planets for challenges, which are for your higher self, is the best for his evolution.
It has sense.
Yeah, one of the reasons why we are here. Our higher self, our true self, expands the most here with all human challenges.
What do you feel because this limitation?
It's just, yes, of course, limitation is necessary for the expansion.
This
It's a paradox.
limitation and then
To
this,
break from it and to expand.
to break, to expand, and also
It's necessary in one way.
exactly like to be this in this
First to condense, and then to desire to create in yourself a intense burning desire for freedom, for God, for truth. And that intense desire can only be created in some kind of limitation. And this gives expansion,
and
explosion,
also for
this desire to
understand
become
you
free.
where do you want to explode, this way or this way, or to realize at the end that this way and this path goes to the same truth.
The same truth.
So it's just like free will to choose this one to explore
everything makes sense. So I feel we can end this video like this.
See.
If anything of this didn't make sense for you guys, if it's too much intellect, too much talking, I don't know, just if you grasp this truth, that everything makes sense, everything is on your highest benefit, whatever you're going through in your life, you don't need to know how this serves me. Just the faith. One of the reasons why we are here to practice, to develop the faith in the goodness of this universe.
And also this,
just
like,
the knowingness, everything what happens for my highest benefit.
And there is no you never wounded, and you are not. You don't need the medicine, and you are not.
Your true self is perfect.
Exactly.
Always free. Yes, your part of yourself is this beautiful human self, which is wounded. I don't say that it's not wounded. Yes.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
No, it's not about you. I just say if they don't misunderstand. The message.
Okay.
Like again, we also have wounds. Our human parts also have wounds. We are not here to say that you don't need any healing. But what we are saying, Natalia and me, is that your true self, what you already are, is free. And from that true self, you approach to your human self, which needs your love, needs your healing, right?
Excellent. So, because I got a little bit confused about this, the reality of you is never wounded. This freedom, okay, probably your human experience can be wounded and everything and try to heal, but in the reality there's nothing to heal.
Exactly.
You are not broken.
Understood right.
Probably you in your mind you talk about very really important that you decide to believe it as truth in your mind, that the mind is the one that is wounded.
Yes,
the
not your true self
is not wounded.
Exactly. It's not you. It's all about not identifying with the one who thinks it's wounded, it's experienced the pain. It's not you.
Wow.
It's not you. It's in front of your true self. It comes to you.
Don't identify and don't buy these stories like, yes, you are wounded, you need to heal, blah, blah, blah. This doesn't serve you. And
it's just the thought.
And yesterday to me is so dangerous to just believe in this idea. Like,
yes, idea comes to your true, perfect self who doesn't need any healing, nothing. It's free. It's consciousness, awareness, however you want to call it. It's like an infinite space. And to this space comes this thought, which is painful in its nature. It comes and it says, you are wounded. You are not free. You are not good. You are not enough, whatever, right? And then, if you believe in this thought, then you will go to this journey of healing, of trying to find the solution, how to heal yourself. But in the first place, you were never wounded. Your true position was peaceful self. And then when this thought came, it says, you are wounded, you have some problem, some trauma from the past, whatever. And then your true self starts to believe in this thought, and then you are trapped. Then you need to find a solution. But why not stay in yourself, let this thought come and pass, leaving you in your true perfect state, peaceful state, how you was.
I I think the best present that I could give myself is just not to totally engage into what the mind is saying to me. It's totally really truth what your mind is telling to you, or you can doubt a little bit. And I think for me is the best first present that I could give myself, to doubt what I am just thinking,
Everything
to
to
don't
doubt.
take it like
Yes,
yes,
like
yes,
not
I am the
everything which creates in you pain, every thought which creates in you stress, fear. I always like I suggested you to doubt in the truth of this thought, because you will always discover it's never real. It's a lie. Every painful thought presented to you is a lie. It's not for you. Leave it to just come and go. You are free. You are the one who watches the thought.
You have chance. Oh, baby girl. Jean.
I think we said a lot.
A lot. And we see you next time.
See you next time, guys. Bye bye.
Mwah.